Hey guys, time for a live. God damn, that's bright. Like I know lights are supposed to be bright and all, but I don't think it should be that bright per se. It's still pretty bright. There we go. That's a little better, I guess. Hey guys, welcome back. It is a Saturday night. It's Saturday night. I don't know how that goes. There's a tune probably that goes with that. But just wanted to come on and hang out for about an hour as I've got, nothing really to do right now. So I thought I'd come on and chat with you guys. I did start filming part of a captain's log for next week today. Had to put the Camaro away in storage today. Thought I would include a little bit of that in the captain's log. And tomorrow we're actually going out to kind of like an antiques warehouse kind of thing, but so they sell like old stuff and a lot of old vintage toys and stuff. So I'll probably get some footage of that as well for the captain's log for this upcoming week. All that being said, today we are also on Continuum Trek, a Question of Trek game show, and if you caught that, awesome. If you didn't, I'd say go check it out. Check out Continuum Trek, or just look up Question of Trek, so it's Samuel and myself on there. We were on opposite teams. That's not this live. What the hell? There we go. And see who won. It was a really close game, a really good game, and I can hear myself. There you go. Cinnabon Bunny, hello, and Darth Revan, hey Cap, hey guys, how's it going? So anything you guys want to chat about, if you put something down in the comment section, we'll talk about it. Let's have a discussion, because why not? Yeah. Other than that, I have nothing specifically to talk about besides the fact that I'm telling you about my captain's log, which will be this weekend, or this week, hopefully be on Thursday. I also do have a few more Eagle Moss reviews filmed, but they have to be edited still, and I'm not sure when they'll be out. I'm not sure if I'll have one this week or one next week, but I would say stay tuned for those. They're not all Star Trek related. There might be an Orville one, or two, or three Orville ones coming up at some point, because those might have been filmed. So, Murray Nathan, hello Captain. I've noticed C-3PO sits down in Star Wars. He's a robot. Why would he need to rest? Ooh, because to extend the life of the gears, his upper hip gears. If they stand too much, they stand too long, those get worn down pretty quick. So it probably facilitates also sitting down, saves the gears from having to operate. Plus, it also facilitates probably the pumping of the cooling throughout the lower extremities. Might make it more efficient and easier, so it gets more lubricated down there, which sounds really dirty. Sounds like the beginning of a Star Wars sex video, but it's a good question. Probably just to emulate human behavior, because he's protocol droid. He has to make people feel comfortable around him. So that's why I would say that C-3PO sits down. That's a very good question, though. But I think the whole protocol droid looking human, having people feel more relaxed around you would need you to sit down and do human mannerisms and things. So, Darth Revan, you exited from Mando season 2. I don't know if I'm exited for it. I'm probably gonna, enter inided for it. I'm gonna enter inided for it. I think you mean excited. And yes, I'm super excited for Mandalorian season 2. It is coming up on the 30th, and we're going to be reviewing that on Mondays probably, because I think it comes out on the Friday. So Discovery Season 3 is on Thursday. We'll do our reaction to that on Fridays still. That will still be our Star Trek review day. But Mandalorian comes out on Friday as well, so we will review that probably on the following Monday. So there would be a mix between Discovery and Mandalorian stuff for a while. So Brainsvid, when will we see the USS Foley A? Oh, it is on its way. When will we see the USS Foley A? It's on its way. It's on its way. The refit version is done. Esque. It was actually done a little while ago. Me and Barry Chapman were working on it. He's the one that models it. So I think it's pretty much finished. I haven't been in touch with Barry lately. He's been very busy. He's been very busy. Very busy? Very busy. He's been very busy. Barry's been very busy. Wow. But yes, it is on its way. Cinnabon Bunny. Why does Starfleet design ships to take more damage on the inside than the outside? Very good question. Don't know if I've ever thought about it like that before. It's more dramatic to see the damage on the inside because that's where the people are. So of course they ramp it up when they film it. It's just a filming technique. That'll be my answer. Real Proto Mike. Do you really want a robot standing over you all the time? Creepy. Very good point. Sit the hell down. Get the hell out of my face. Go sit over there. Sit down. Shut up. That's right. Luke Cullen. Hey peeps. Hey Luke. Vance, 1982. Evening, Captain. Good evening, Vance. Good to see you. Sean Wright. I'm still getting over how bad Discovery is this season. Everything's so easy. Crash a spaceship. No worries. Give me 12 hours to start flying as soon as possible. Well, yes. Unfortunately, that's a storytelling conceit, which has been the whole catalyst for many shows. And Star Trek is no exception to that. Look at Voyager. Voyager should not have been as easy as Voyager was, but there you have it. But yeah, I can see why people would be a little bit turned off by that. So, Red comment: where'd you get that warp core, and how do I get one? I got that from Think Geek back in the day. It's actually for the car. It's got USB chargers, 2 USB chargers around the back, and it actually plugs into like a cigarette lighter. But I just bought an adapter that plugs into the wall. So you plug it into the wall, you plug the cigarette lighter into that thing, and there you got it there. So, and Think Geek isn't in existence anymore, so I don't know where you get them. I'm sure you could find them somewhere in the secondary market, maybe eBay or something. Would it be my guess? I just noticed that this is kind of crooked. Is that better? I don't even know if that's better. Just looking at this and I could see the upper shelf and the top of this, which I can't see on there because it cuts it off. And I hate, my OCD says I don't want things looking like that. I want it to be level. That looks a lot better. So there we go. Sean Wright, Lower Decks is amazing. They need the people writing Lower Decks for Discovery and Picard, all of it. I totally agree. Vance 1982, I have a joke for you, Cap. What do you call a Cardassian gull that likes to go sailing? A seagull. Scottish Trekkie. Hello, Captain Foley, buddy. Hey, how's it going, Scottish Trekkie? Hope you are well. Power 543, I like your thumbnail. That is Commander Goggins. He likes the thumbnail. That's awesome. Matthew Gilman, Klingon bird of prey is not Romulan. Reference your channel on a Star Trek Reddit post on carriers and fighters. Klingon bird of prey is not Romulan. Okay. Then you're in Samuel's camp on that one. George Mangrum, why are starships built with so many rocks that fly out from everywhere when the ship is damaged? Okay, George, those are not rocks. Those are kind of like a spray foam insulation that they spray into the consoles to probably reduce heat and to cause just that. They're not really rocks. So when there is an explosion, instead of shards of like shrapnel flying everywhere. The shrapnel actually gets encased in these foam, or the foam blows out, so you get hit by chunks of foam as opposed to big pieces of shrapnel. Unfortunately, Captain Rachel Garrett wasn't quite so lucky. She had a huge piece of shrapnel right in her forehead. But I mean, I love the insulation foam idea. It's kind of like just to put in there to fill in the space for that very circumstance. So, Sean Wright at Power 543. I just finished watching Borat 2. It was great. I was going to watch that tonight. Actually, I probably still will. I wanted to watch it with Sylvia. I don't know if she's really going to be interested in it, which is odd. But I'll probably watch it in the next day or so. We were going to watch either that or Unbelievable tonight. We watched Unbelievable. If you haven't seen Unbelievable, watch it. Samuel, this goes for you as well. It's on Prime right now, Amazon Prime, but it's got a whole bunch of Star Trek actors, and it's hilarious. It is funny as hell. Stars Snoop Dogg as well. I love it. It's really funny. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You know that shirt I wear all the time that says, "Live long and prosper, my ass"? That's where that quote's from. That's a shirt that we got from the production company that was making the movie when we saw them back at Star Trek Vegas in 2013, when Sylvia and myself went. I can't remember right offhand now when that was. So, Sean Wright, it definitely makes me appreciate Battlestar Galactica better now that was a broken, fallen apart ship. Absolutely, and they would have done that with Voyager. Voyager was a little ahead of its time though, and since they had the beauty passes and the flybys and stuff of the pristine ship, they had to reuse those, unfortunately. So the ship had to kind of have a reset button every week. I would have loved to see Voyager done as it should have been, just like Battlestar Galactica, with damage showing up on the ship and all that. But unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. Brainsvid, have you and the commander thought of doing a show where you each choose your own command crew of all the known characters in Trek, past and present? I mean, we might have done something similar on our top 10 videos, but I hate that where you pick your own command crew shit. Like, there's obvious answers. Data, always be picked. 7 of 9, always be picked. The doctor, probably always be picked because he's a holographic doctor and you can upload all the information, the database for medical information into him. I mean, it's a fun exercise, I guess, but it's not something you could do more than one episode on to talk about. So, yeah, I don't know. Jean-Luc Skywalker, it wasn't the burn that ruined the galaxy on Discovery, it was Burnham. That's very clever, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that yet. So, awesome job. Not a band account. Do Canadians commonly accidentally get our American political ads? No, not really. It depends on the TV carrier. A lot of the American stations that we have here, if it's being presented by a Canadian carrier, will replace the commercials with Canadian commercials. But there's the odd carrier that will still show the American stuff, and your commercials are all fucked, by the way, guys. American commercials are fucking. What can kill you will tell you at 11. A common supper item or a common food found in every kitchen that can kill you will tell you at 11. But it's 4:00. I gotta make supper for my family. Please tell me now. It's scare tactics. There's the whole. Do you have this, and this? If so, take this new medication. Its side effects include this, and death. You also need a lawyer. Like, you got a whole bunch of fucking whack commercials. Canadian commercials are totally different. Watching U.S. television is actually depressing and scary. So, generally, no, we don't get your commercials. Scottish Trekkie. I'm getting caught back up with reviews and did the XL USS Shinjo the day on my channel, and I went to Portobello Beach for an awesome calm walk today as well. Thanks, Captain, as we're having sunny weather. That's awesome. We're having kind of cold weather right now. It's a little bit rainy lately. Actually, I put the Camaro away in storage today. I filmed a little bit of a segment about that for my next Captain's Log. So, and guys, hit that like button if you haven't hit the like button. 41 people watching. If you guys can super chat, please consider super chatting as it helps the channel, or join the channel. There's a little join button down there by the subscribe channel or the subscribe thing. Hit that. But I would love to have a few super chats during this live. That'd be great. One of the reasons that we do them, of course, we love hanging out with you, but it does help support the channel. And you know, the last month, the last pay from YouTube was very crap. So if you can do anything to help, that would be greatly appreciated. If not, totally understand. Just sharing the video around, whatever, is also a great way to help. So. Project Achieva. Hi, Captain. My brother watched Borat 2 last night, said it was very funny. Yeah, I think I'll be watching it as soon as I'm done this. Probably going to do this for about an hour. Then I'll go down and watch that. Jose Gutierrez. Was it Demolition Man that they used the expanding foam as an airbag in case of a crash? Yes, it was. YJ Wrangler. I only get them because I live across from Detroit and get American radio and TV stations. There you go. Scottish Trekkie. Beach. No bench. Oops. Spell check. Power 543. Voyager was just made 10 years too early. They did it in Enterprise Season 3 and it worked a treat, but just too early. I totally agree with him in there. George Magrum. Trekyards. Will Trekyards do a video on what the lithium is and does? Is trying to explain to people the Romulan singularity drives. I'm sure you all must be too. Yes, I'm getting sick and fucking tired of talking about it. We actually filmed an episode on dilithium probably 6 months ago, which is now in the queue to be edited. And yes, it needs to come out sooner than later, just so people will shut the fuck up. Even that won't shut them up, but at least you'll have a link that you can send them to. But then they'll just say, "Oh, Trekyards doesn't use all canon information." Oh, fucking whatever. Just yes, we have one in the works. And Samuel, if you're still here, I've had multiple requests, not just this one, of people asking about an episode on dilithium, which ironically we already had filmed. So yes, I'd say stay tuned for that. Captain RGD, has there ever been a good Star Trek game? There's been a few. Elite Force has been fantastic. Starfleet Command, Volume 2 specifically, and Starfleet Command Orion Pirates were both fantastic. There's been some good Star Trek games. I'm trying to think of other ones right offhand. A Final Unity wasn't too bad. The 25th anniversary TOS one, I can't remember the name of it now, was also pretty great. So there have been a few good ones over the years, little gems here and there. But yeah, usually that's not, Star Trek isn't really the vehicle for having a game. I mean, Elite Force did it pretty well, and so do ship battle ones. But other than that, like Armada and Armada 2 were fantastic if you love that kind of thing. I love those games. So yes, I would say there have been good games. Project Achieva, they had secure foam in Demolition Man. The car fills with foam to protect the driver. Cinnabon Bunny. Okay, how about your own lower decks crew using all characters past and present? A lower decks crew, maybe. That'd be something worth talking about. I'm not gonna do it now though. Like just pull the people out of the air. Like, oh yeah, I need like a list in front of me so I can see. My brain just doesn't work like that because I'll pick. Inevitably, I'll pick people, or people ask me what's my favorite whatever, and I'll say something, and then literally the next day I'm like, why the fuck didn't I say this? This is even better than what I said, but I didn't think of it at the time. Not how my brain works. I need a list of stuff in front of me. Mr. Captain 93, Trekyards, how funny is it that in 2 premieres this year, 2 characters were eaten and 2 finale writers saved the day, right? Power 543 and AMD Death, that made me legit laugh out loud. AMD Death, what are you talking about? Jean-Luc Skywalker, have you been watching Red Letter Media's top TNG episodes? So funny. Yes, I have, and they bring up a lot of the same points that Samuel and myself do when we do reviews, which I think is funny. Then there's that enjoyability factor for watching an episode, which Mike calls out all the time, and I say that all the time in reviews, and I have ever since we've been doing reviews. Sure, it might not be the best episode, but I fucking love watching it, and I will rewatch it whenever it's on. So there's an enjoyability factor for me, which is a little bit different than, actually reviewing the episode. So TMA agreed. Our commercials are horrible and not worth watching. YJ Wrangler, yeah, those pill medication ads aren't allowed on Canadian TV. They are at certain times, but they're toned down quite a bit. So yes, Mr. Captain 93, Trekyards theory on disco going around is the burn is short for Burnham, and somehow her being the Red Angel caused the burn, and the burn is to take on Burnham. That's bullshit. All of it's bullshit. And if that's the case, if that's what happens though, I'd be like, wow, that's so unoriginal, guys. But it could be. We're talking about the Discovery writing staff here, so. Sean Wright, watching YouTube is depressing these days. You start up a video, 2 commercials, 3 minutes in, another 2 videos, then another 2. It's becoming ad tube. Yeah, the ads have been getting a little bit ridiculous on YouTube as of late. We should actually consider going in and scaling back, because they automatically throw them all in. We don't set them. So you can actually go back and scale them back a bit. So depending on the length of the depending on the length of the show or the episode we put out, we should consider doing that. So, not a band account. If you could make the quintessential Canadian Starfleet captain like Picard is a Frenchman, what traits would you emphasize? That's an excellent question, which will require quite a bit of answer. I have to be polite, caring, but aggressive when he needs to be, and you gotta swear a lot, because Canadians swear a lot. Also, he has to apologize to his crew for everything, because that's what he does, although nobody in a captain position would ever do that. So I don't know, he'd have to have a Timmy's on board. He'd have to replicate, instead of tea, Earl Grey hot, it'd be Tim Hortons coffee, double with a shot of maple. It's like Rock de Gino, double strong, double sweet. Power 543. Yeah, it's always such a culture shock in the US watching their adverts. Very short. Repeats 5 times in a 30-minute episode. Somehow I never got why there was 6 advert breaks in a 30-minute video. Project Achieva. American radio ads are also scary. Like, are you broke? Call 1-800 don't be broke. Yeah, you got a lot of lawyer ads, a lot of medical insurance ads, because you don't have free healthcare. A lot of medication ads, a lot of payday loan ads. It's like, it's scary. Tyler X 2F01. What you got for a Camaro? I got me a 69 RS convertible. I've got a 79 Camaro. It's not an RS or an SS. It was one of the base models, but over the years it's been souped up. I'm the 3rd owner. By the time I bought it, it was all souped up. So I've also done some work on it. So it's just a 79 Camaro V8 350 small block. Used to have nitrous in it, but I've taken that out. But it's still got bored out. It's still bored out. It's got about 400. I haven't really done a dyno test on it, but about 400, between 400 and 420 horsepower esque. So YJ Wrangler at Sean, did you notice the ads ramped up after YouTube was done offering Theo? Oh, their free trial. Gotcha. John Davis, howdy. Tyler X2F01, how do I dilithium? Real Proto Mike, they didn't find better fuel after hundreds of years on Discovery. Real Proto Mike, dilithium is not fuel. That's exactly what the other person was talking about making a video about what the hell dilithium actually does. It's not fuel. Deuterium is the fuel. Deuterium, which fuels the matter-antimatter reaction. Dilithium crystals are what focuses the reaction and turns it into warp plasma. And yes, you'd think that they would come out with a different way of focusing that and not have to rely on dilithium after 900 years. So yeah, I kind of call bullshit on that too, but dilithium is not the power source. Tyler says, yep, dilithium isn't a fuel. T. Reed, true. Star Trek Legacy was all right. Scottish Trekkie, Captain Foley and Trekyards. I love your catch-ups with Captain. I've hit the like button, but I'm going to head off for sleep and see you around, man. Live long, prosper. See you later, Scottish Trekkie. Nice seeing you. Have a good sleep. Sean Wright, the uniform on Lower Decks is probably the best I've seen. Wes Middlebrook, do you think Hollywood would make the Star Trek versus Star Wars film in theaters someday? No, I don't. I'm getting sick of that question too. No one wants to see a Star Wars and Star Trek crossover. It would be remarkably stupid. As I've said before, I like to see small scenes. I like to see a scene with a conversation between C3PO and Data. I want to see a scene with Riker and Han Solo sitting down in 10 Forward having a drink. Their conversation they would have. I'd want to see things like that. I don't want to see a movie crossover because there's no way they could do it right, and who would want to see that? I don't want to see it. I mean, the ship battle crossovers are bad enough, and those are both the only thing you'd want to. I personally want to see is the ships going at it with each other. But we get those on YouTube all the time. Let's see. Let's throw Star Trek, Star Wars, Babylon 5, Halo, Battlestar Galactica, and like 15 other ships. Oh, they all come together and they'll have a battle. Nobody wins because you can't pick one, and so everybody's just unsatisfied. So, Ron Sarna, stop being defensive, be calm. I'm defensive? I guess I am tonight, kind of. Commander Stitch, is Captain Foley top guy in Trek? I disagree, but thank you. Sean Wright, giving up her time suit was BS, absolutely stupid. I totally agree. Mr. Captain 93, does Star Trek Strange New Worlds open with space, the final frontier? It probably will. Matthew Gilman, or something similar. It might not be the exact same words. It might be space, the unexplored whatever, the unexplored vastness. I hope that's what it is, because I'm going to call that right now. Captain Foley said that was going to be a thing way back in October. Matthew Gilman, speaking of games and gaming, a Star Trek tabletop game called Star Trek Adventures by Modifus, I don't know. Yes. SC Scout Guy, I turn off my ad blocker before watching Trekyards to help you guys, but man, it is really pretty bad lately. Well, don't turn it off. I don't know if it really helps to turn off an ad blocker, honestly, and just enjoy the content. Don't worry about the ads. Yeah. Ron Sarna says, fuck you. Why are you saying fuck you? What's going on now? Let's see. What did I do to piss off Ron Sarna? Let me scroll back up. I mean, Ron Sarna is a name I recognize on here, so don't know why he's getting all defensive. Power 543. I do ads every 15 minutes manually for lives and every 7 minutes for our YouTube videos. It's good. That's good. Vance 1982. Star Trek Adventures is great clear skies and a great show for Star Trek Adventures. Ron Sarna. Americans run here for medicine. What? Commander Stitch, YouTube Premium removes ads, just saying it allows you to listen to Trekyards like a podcast. That's cool. The Dying Titan, hey, just stopping by to say hi. I've only ever watched your channel for Fleet Yards, but from what I've seen, it has really impressed me. Well, thank you very much, The Dying Titan. Hopefully you'll see more Fleet Yards eventually. We just haven't been able to focus on it right now because we've been super busy with new Star Trek and stuff. So, but thank you. Welcome. Not a band account. Since Canadians like to apologize, has your government ever apologized for the War of 1812? No, we burned down your White House because F you. Trying to take our land? Yeah, we don't, no. Tyler X, 2F01. Damn, he thought a fun Camaro, not a collectible Camaro. He bought a fun Camaro, not a collectible Camaro. The Dying Titan, that was the British as much as we Canadians like to take credit for it. That's true. Blame Samuel. Tyler X2F01. I prefer fun Camaro, to be honest. Mine's a fun Camaro. It's 79. It's a 79. It's old enough now. It's become a classic. So there's not many of them around that body style anymore. So the Dying Titan, Canada wasn't a country in 1812. Sean Wright, can dilithium be used in a lightsaber? That's a good question, a dilithium lightsaber. T. Reed True, I made that crossover with my figures when I was a kid. Ron Sarna, be cool with the folks. Optimus Prime, good to hear. By the way, I have those pillows. Yeah, they came with the couch, the futon in here. Uh, Sean Wright, who slept with more crewmates, Riker or Kirk? Asking the tough questions. Probably Riker. Tyler X2F01, a movie crossover for Star Wars and Star Trek wouldn't work. A Dex is dwarfed so badly by a Star Destroyer, and all of the Enterprises together would be annihilated by a swarm of TIE fighters. Totally disagree with you there. The shielding tech and the weapon tech of Star Trek is way more advanced than Star Wars. So, but that's a whole debate that people could have, and they have been having. And Anti-Tracker did a fantastic video about it, where he actually does a nice comparison against the Constitution class versus a Star Destroyer. It's very interesting. So I suggest going and check out Anti-Tracker's channel for that. Real Proto Mike. Hey, I didn't say anything about dilithium for the record. Okay. Not a band account. In Stranger Worlds, will we get to explore Spock's bisexuality? No. How is that even a thing? Ron Sarna is not you. Well, who are you yelling at, Ron? And just tell me in a comment who you're yelling at and why. So just so I understand, so I can maybe like set things right, because I don't like seeing fighting like that. Zach, Kirk slept with aliens and non-crew. Riker gave it to Troy. Blue G6 Demon. Trekyards is one of the things I watch while painting minis. Psst. DS9 equals best Trek. I tend to agree. I love DS9. And don't mess up on painting those minis. Jose Gutierrez, what character from any TV show would you pick to be a captain? That's one of those questions that I can't answer, man. I don't know. Real Proto Mike, I was just thinking, hey, it's the future. Let's hear about the new materials and processes they use, but not many mentioned yet. Well, exactly. The rudidium and the programmable matter is awesome. So, like, waving a wand and having the nanites, like, create something out of nothing, that's really cool, so. Ron Sarna says, I got blamed for the FU. That's the only FU I saw. I saw you say, fuck you, but I don't know who you're talking to, Ron, so don't get upset. I'm just trying to figure it out. Donnie Pearson, Trekyards. Hello, Stuart and all. Sorry for the delay. Indicates it is right-handed military salute. Oh, okay. At ease. I just wrapped up my wind band mock-up recreation of John Philip Sousa's The Invincible Eagle, now synonymous with the United States Space Force. SC Scout Guy, do you think Discovery will bring back any of the advanced tech they receive when they eventually make their way back to their timeline? Are they going to come back to their timeline? And if they do, they should go to the timeline, their timeline, but in their future, not back in time to. So, no, I don't think so. And I think, I'm calling it right now, I think they're going to put the transporter, the individual transporters in the new comm badges that they make for Discovery. Ron Sarna, ask more questions fast. Is a shield a good thing? Yes, a shield is a good thing. Ruben Mahar, Trekyards, greetings from Maine, USA, very nearly Canada. Love the channel, and I really appreciate how fun you keep your view of the fandom. Well, thank you. Really appreciate that. SC Scout Guy, hello, Donnie. Ron Sarna, no, you are cool, Cap. I know this, but I just want to know what was going on. Optimus Prime, hey Captain, do you think that Discovery should have been in the future and not another prequel show? I'm kind of glad they did. Kind of glad they are out of known canon. Yes, we said that from the beginning. It should have been a post-Nemesis show. Hold on one second. Because it would have made everything that they did better. The ship designs, the new Klingons, the new Klingon designs for ships, the storyline, everything would have been better if they just made it post-Nemesis. We would have been like, hey, you guys did a really good job. You know, you're not fucking up canon because you're exploring new canon. But now we have Lower Decks, which is post-Nemesis, and yeah, so. Ransana, but this is a Delat time. Delat time. Donnie Pearson, happy Elections Day to our friends in the beautiful British Columbia. Ron Sarna, I don't think they will ever get back. I hope they don't. Super Bats, Badazar. Super Bats, Badazar. You think so? Space Force, the first step to Starfleet is the right direction. Like the real Space Force is sure. I'm sure it's good that we're doing that. It's yeah, it's a good step forward, I guess. Matthew Gilman, best captain depends on what you want. Diplomacy, butt kicking, crazy plans, solutions. It all depends. How about Dean from Supernatural? He'd make a good Star Trek captain. Like, is that what you mean? MacGyver, O'Neill, O'Neill from Stargate would be great. I don't know. That's a good question. Ron Sarna, it has to be fun. Ron Sarna, the dog never gets back. The Dying Titan, Fleetyards. Could you look at the Titan from Titan AE at some point? It's a rather cool ship. It's funny you mention that. It's actually on the list. I think Samuel thinks it's a really cool ship as well, and it's something that have we filmed an episode on it? We might have already filmed it. I know we filmed a bunch of Fleetyards, which are sitting somewhere ready to be edited, but I know Samuel likes that ship, and I think we probably did it. So, Broken Speaker. Captain, I looked at all of my old Star Trek books in storage, including Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise and the TNG Technical Manual. Good memories of teenage years. Yes. We've actually done an interview with Laura Johnson, who is the writer, back then it was Shane Johnson, of the Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise, which I don't think has been released. But I talk to her on a fairly regular basis, and it's one of those books I grew up with, so it's like, I can't believe I'm talking to you, you know? So. Sean Wright, all they have to do to fix Discovery is kill off Michael. One of the things they need to do, yes. Optimist Prime, I think my house is having a core breach. Gotta run. Have a good night, Captain. Good night, and hopefully your core breach is okay. Donnie Pearson, coming soon, my orchestral mock-up recreation of the Invincible Eagle. Awesome. Donnie, I need to hear some of your music. I've never heard any of it. I've seen you talk about it, but I've never heard any of it, I don't think. Ron Sarna, thanks for taking up the slack. For what? I'm confused. Thane Alexander, $5. The first super chat of the night. Thane, thank you so much. That means so much. Just to have a super chat. If any of you else can super chat, that would be great. I'd love to get at least like $40-50 would be fantastic. We're $5 there towards it now, which is great. I love talking to all of you. I love reading all your comments. It's not always possible, especially during my first reaction reviews. So super chats are a great way to get your voice heard, because I will read every super chat out loud. But I do like to get to everybody. So I think a lot of times during these hangouts, people don't feel like they need to super chat, because I do read pretty much everything. That's just the way I am. If I read just super chats, I'd be like, so episode 3 Discovery's on Thursday. Yeah, and my good buddy the Junk Man is here, just threw in a $5 super chat, which is awesome. And he says, a super chat for a super captain. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I've been on the Junk Man channel a few times. I need to have you on here on one of these late night lives where we can kind of chat, talk about your channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Junk Man, guys, go subscribe to the Junk Man. He does a lot of great Star Wars content and action figures and really cool stuff. And Captain Foley's made a few appearances. There's a segment on his newest show, the action figure show, where it's Stump the Captain, and he asks me questions. Speaking of which, Junk Man, I still want my gift basket. I know what you said about it, but I still want a gift basket. And I need to come back on the show, I think. I think you need to have the captain back. Anyway, Thane Alexander puts in $5. Hey, Cap, just saying hi. I like these sit-downs. Very chill. The channel is awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. SC Scout Guy, do you think that Starfleet ships we will see in this season will be the same general design style with the saucer and the cells, or will they be radically different. I think we'll see a mix of both. We got a little glimpse on the ready room, and it looks like there's some saucer nacelle designs, but there's also some funkier shapes, and there's also a lot of negative space. There's like a saucer with like some scoopy strut things going over top of it and stuff. So looks like there's a few funky designs that we'll be able to talk about. So I think it'll be a nice mix. It's 900 years, so a lot more people have joined the Federation. There's more Starfleet input. There's more input into shipbuilding, so I'm sure we're going to see funky new designs. Ruben Mahar, I don't think the U.S. would ever be a meaningful part of a real Starfleet. We're not going to keep that, not going to get that political bullshit in here. It's a good step, just that we're in space. So, U.S. or not, space is not the United States' forte, as much as you guys might want to think it is. You don't own space. Just saying, it's not your country. So, Super Batazar. How long do you think Starfleet will truly take to become a real thing? 150 years, 200 years, who knows? Probably never with the way we're going, but that's okay. Tyler X2, F101. If Discovery started in the era they are in now, even if they are the absolute last of the Federation to go full Andromeda, they'd have been better off not alienating people with a prequel to Enterprise. Well, it's not a prequel to Enterprise. It's between Enterprise and TOS, so I don't know if you're referring to Discovery. But anyway, Dark Lord 016. Are there any new ships in Bridge Crew? No, there's not. Not since the DLC, which had the Enterprise D put in. And going back to Tyler's comments, yeah, so Discovery takes place 10 years before the events of TOS. So, which is like 70 years after the events of Enterprise. Alexander Corbin, looking forward to Strange New Worlds. What are your thoughts? I'm super excited for it. Returning to an episodic format, seeing Pike, the more optimistic and promising view of the future that they've promised us, which is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, it's going to be all disco oriented as far as visuals go. That's fine. It's in the Discoverse. It's fine. It's its own thing. So I'm excited because I do like Anson Mount as Pike. Aaron and Lavelle, they had to dip Burnham in a cup of hot relationship and let her steep for 18 months to correct her character flaws. Shakes my head. That's a great way to put it. But yeah, that's exactly what they did. Ron Sarna, Samuel likes anything within the cell. I like him. Richard Joy, Starfleet engineers synthesize special crystals for phasers, so why not research new forms of crystals to replace dilithium? Exactly. Alexander Corbin, rename it Star Trek Burnham. No, please don't. Ron Sarna, money rules. Ron Sarna, is that the Junkman? It is the Junkman. That Junkman, sure there. Be happy to come on. Awesome. T. Reed, true, $2. With a lemon superhero guy. So thank you, T. Reed. And yes, Ron, that is the Junkman. I have been on his channel a few times, so check out any appearances by the captain over there. And yeah, I'd love to have him on and chat. We'd have to do it via StreamYards, I think would be the best way. But I think it'd be good to have him on the channel and give him some exposure. We got a bigger channel than he does, so anything to help him out would be great. So I'd like to have him on. He does some really great, entertaining stuff. So go subscribe to the Junkman. That Junkman. Go click his name on the thing and go. Well, don't leave this video. You got to come back and watch it, but go subscribe to his channel and then check out his content. And tell him Captain Foley sent you. Put it in the comments of one of the videos you watch. Say, Captain Foley from Trekyards sent me over here. You owe all your success to Captain Foley. Tyler 2F01. There's an episode of Voyager where Torres was able to make the lithium crystals by refining trilithium, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know what trilithium is. That Junkman. I will talk to Larry. He handles that. Thanks, Junkman. Appreciate that. T. Reed, true. Sorry, I'm broke right now. All I can afford. That's fine. No. If you're broke, don't feel like you have to super chat. if you're able to, it does help support the channel, and obviously it makes us feel good to have you guys super chatting because we know that you love us. Or join the channel just so you have the little badge beside your name and your name in lights, kind of on our end anyway. Ron Sarna, Junkman and Foley, my dreams. That sounds really dirty. Sean Wright, space battles 900 years in the future. Copy and paste times 900, even more ships than Riker. Superbats, when do you think Space Wars will take over the world? Don't know. Alexander Corbin, can't wait for Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Neither can I. Josh Street, Captain Foley, I missed the battle of Captain Foley and Commander Calkins on Question of Trek. So who won? Captain Foley won against the Commander. The Commander was in the lead pretty much the whole time, though, because I screwed up and then gave them an answer, which we should have had for our team, but that's okay. Regardless, it was a really, really close match, and it was too close to call early. So, yeah. Ruben Mahar, sorry, poorly stated, super late here. Thanks for all you do. I'm going to bed. All right, Ruben, have a good night. That Junkman, Captain Foley, is frozen like Han Solo. Oh, no. The Junkman, hey, Ron Sarna. No, like Carbonite Solo. Han Solo, yes. Matthew Gilman, what about a parody, Star Trek versus Star Wars? Like if you did Galaxy Quest versus Spaceballs, then you can be silly, any senseless, and no one cares. Yes, still wouldn't want to watch it. Still wouldn't give a shit. It would still ruin everything, so no. Ron Sarna, Wampa. List of Jericho, Enterprise was 2150s, so it's 100 years after. Well, there you go. There you go. That Junkman. YouTube didn't like him for asking for super chats. And yes, it's the real Junkman, Ron. Broken Speaker, apropos to nothing but Judd Hirsch in like 85. I feel old all of a sudden. Superbats, why haven't you joined Space Force, all about exploring new civilizations? You could be captain of the starship. Because I'm not a military guy, really, and if there was aliens, maybe I would join, but since there's nothing up there that we have found so far, I know there's stuff up there, don't get me wrong, I believe in aliens, but I haven't found anything yet, so it's not even worth exploring at this point. Alexander Corbin, why didn't the Admiral beam out of the room before the torpedo went off in the last season 2 of Discovery? It's a good question. We asked ourselves that at the time as well. Just beam her out. But radiation, interference, stuff. Who knows? There's always a reason why they didn't. Alexander Corbin. What? Oh, I read that one already. Sorry. Because. Ron Sarna. Junkman is better than Sanford. Oh. Sean Wright. Oh, sorry. When Ron Sarna says Junkman is better than Sanford, I should say, shut up, you big dummy. Sean Wright. Spock worked out how to fix the lithium in the voyage home from memory. Yes. That Junkman, not much better than Sanford. Ron Sarna. Be good and have fun. Jose Gutierrez. Dennis Haysbert, the Allstate guy, better known as Jonas Blaine from Blaine, my pick for captain. Oh, okay. That Junkman, Captain Foley, has went into a wormhole. T read true, I can't join on an iPhone. Yeah, I don't know why the iOS doesn't have a option for join. By the way, I fixed the freezing issue, guys, because my phone was hooked up to the Wi-Fi. I've turned the Wi-Fi off now, so I'm on the LTE network, so shouldn't be a problem. I should have done that before I started the stream, so I apologize, guys. That Junkman, he got my money and ran off to buy more Star Trek crap. I knew it. No, I'm here, Junkman. I read your super chat as soon as you dropped it in the thing. Do you want me to go back and read it again? I'll go back and read it again. That Junkman is an amazing person and threw in $5. Super chat for a super captain. Thank you very much, my friend. Much appreciated. The list of Jericho. Clocks went back here, so it's earlier than it should be. I think clocks go back next weekend for us. Broken Speaker, $2. And money, Trekyards, fighting the good fight. Thank you very much, Broken Speaker. Sean Wright, Lower Decks could get away with Star Wars versus Star Trek, etc. Yes, they could on a holodeck or something. I saw this movie, Star Wars. It's an old movie, and then you get all excited. They're talking about Star Wars the whole time, and we're gonna recreate it on the holodeck. All right, cool. And what do they recreate? The Phantom Menace, because it's episode 1. That would be fucking hilarious. Everybody's building up to the Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. We'll do Star Wars on the holodeck at the end. Da, da, da. Last couple minutes of the show, they go on the holodeck, activates program Boimler 15, the Star Wars, and it and you see Jar Jar. Okie dokie. That'd be fucking hilarious, actually. Anyway, Kilo Wolf, $5. What is your prediction for the 31st century ship design? Are they going to recycle old designs, 100-year-old Miranda? No, they're going to do something new. Newish. We'll go with ish. Newish. It'll still, a lot of them will probably still have like a saucer and tuna cells, would be my guess. But they could fuck that up because it's Discovery, so. That Junkman. Oh, never mind. He is here. Guess it was on my end. He disappeared. Ron Sarna. If it is the real Junkman, what is the UPC on the back of Boba Fett? Richard Joy. Book mentioned trilithium, so I wonder if in a pinch it can replace dilithium. It was used in a novel to aid transwarp propulsion, so who knows? Thor Odinson, have you any explanation for the visual changes between Disco Prize and Old School Enterprise? Stupidity. And it's the Discoverse. It's a different universe. So that Junkman answers with 113852877. And Johanna says the Junkman is fun. Listen, Jericho, I think you have to be an American to join Space Force, probably, even though, again, it's not. Space isn't America. Superbats, why haven't you made your own Star Trek TV show, and why haven't you pitched the big man or CBS? More known if I'm correct. Because I don't have the patience for that shit to pitch a show. I'll be a technical advisor, but Alistair Morden's American Space Force is likely just going to be soldiers in space looking for resources for corporations to come and exploit and be their own government. Zach, you don't have to be a U.S. citizen to join the U.S. military. You just have to be a legal resident of the United States. Ron Sarna, he has a good stream. Who, me? When I pee? Yes, because I'm still healthy. My prostate's fine, thank you. The list of Jericho, it's because in iOS, all payments go through their system. I don't think Google wants to use their system. Maybe, but, I mean, you can still super chat via iOS. Why can't you hit the join button and join a channel? Anyway, Alexander Corbin, can you name all the bridge crew on Discovery? I can't. Well, there's Bryce, there's a black guy. I don't know the Asian guy. There was Arium. There's the funky-headed alien. There's Wishiwushua, the black lady. I can't fucking pronounce her name to save my life. Samuel Ken. There's Lieutenant Detmer. There's Tilly. There's Saru. There's Burnham. There's a few I can't name. And yet I can name everybody on Lower Decks. You know why? Because Lower Decks is good. Discovery hasn't been good so far. I mean, it's had its moments, but it hasn't been good. And we're 3 seasons in, and I still can't name everybody. That's a problem. Ronson, I think this morning was Junkman's talk show. That was last night, actually. I think it came out. That's when I watched it. Donnie Pearson, if I remember correctly, the first ever aerospace force in Earth is Russia's. Yes. Oh, and by the way, Junkman, that action figure show is amazing. Keep it up. That is really fun. I want to do something like that for Captain Foley, but I'm not that creative. I can't come up with the stuff like you can. I'm amazed at the videos you come out with because I'm like sitting here going, that guy's fucking creative. I can't think of anything to do half the time. So, SC Scout Guy, Stuart, if you had to move to the U.S., which state would you most like to live in? I'd probably want to move to Las Vegas, honestly, somewhere warm and dry, so my car wouldn't have to worry about storing it over winter and make sure it doesn't rust and all that because it'd be dry all the time. And I've been to Vegas. I like Vegas. Yeah, I'd probably say Vegas. So Nevada is the state. Michael Ellis, I hope we will see more USS Relativity leaking ships from the future or from Voyager. It was always one of my favorites. Aaron, do they have yeomen? In Discovery, I don't think so. They should. Matthew Gilman, never understood daylight savings. The sun sets at the same time, regardless of what time we put on it. Yes, it's true, but I'd rather wake up and have the sun up than wake up and have darkness for an hour and a half because it feels like. But yeah, the only reason I came up with daylight savings time is because of the farming. It's a farmer issue. I forget the whole reasoning for it, but it's outdated now, and they're actually thinking of dropping it in a few places. So who knows? Give it like another 10 years, and it might not be a thing anymore. Aaron says Discovery. I mean, yeah, instead of Voyager. Okay, so had me confused there. Blue GD Demon, or Blue G6 Demon, sorry. I feel like Starship design is kind of, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of situation. Commander Stitch, Discoverse needs a disco ball. Donnie Pearson, I can imagine United Kingdom and Canada either renaming their respective air forces as aerospace forces or launching their own space force. Yeah, I can see them renaming the current Air Force. Yeah. Thane says, Disco Season 2 got me thinking about portable transporters. Are you still as mad as I am at why Data didn't make a few more of those transport devices and didn't use it before the scimitar goes up? I mean, yeah, I am. The List of Jericho. Did you notice that Stardate in the next on promo, Stardate 865211.3 apparently equals March 18th, 3188 TNG scale. Well, it'll be perfect for where they are, so yes. That Junkman, what would you like most to have? A transporter, a replicator, or a tricorder? Probably a replicator, in all fairness. I would really love a transporter. Every time I have to move, I'm like, somebody needs to invent a fucking transporter. Even one that's portable in the back of a truck that you can like rent. Rent the rent the transporter for like fucking $200 a day. Shove everything into the back of the truck, beam it to the new destination. Because nobody wants to move, ever. So, but that being said, a replicator is probably a lot more useful. You could replicate parts to build your own transporter if you knew how. So there you go. Broken Speaker. Trilithium is highly dangerous. It can stop all fusion in a Star Trek, in a star after all than Michael McDowell has with boobs on PBS. I think my mind scrambled up the movies Generation and Caligula. Maybe. I think so. A lot. Yes. My iPad is down to 5% battery life. So if it dies and I can't read any more super chats or any more chat, I apologize. Kilo Wolf has joined the channel at the rank of Admiral. So welcome, Kilo Wolf. Much appreciated. Shoot us a message, trekyards@hotmail.com for the Admiral goodies. I think we have a few wallpapers and stuff for you. So if you can do that, and we will. Thank you. It means a lot. Those really help out monthly. So this is Jericho. Maybe because super chats are one-off payments and joining is a subscription. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe. Ron Sarna, why aren't you or the commander on Junkman's shows? I've been on the Junkman show a few times. Hooker Unleashed Films. What up, y'all? Super Bat. Hashtag pitch a show, Captain Foley, TV show. Donnie Pearson. I wish the United States Air Force would have changed its name to United States Aerospace Force. That would have happened instead of the launch of the USS Space Force. That would have been great, actually. Jean-Luc Skywalker, hair is looking good, Captain. Thank you. I think it actually looks like shit today. I was outside most of the day cleaning up, getting ready for winter, putting away stuff in the shed, and so it's kind of windblown. I look all disheveled, but thank you. I think it looks like shit, but thank you. I appreciate that. This Jericho. I want to see one of the bigger on the inside ships as seen in Enterprise Future Tense. Right? I know. And again, thank you, Kilo Wolf, for joining. Much appreciated. Alexander, I hope they release the DS9 and Voyager in HD. I hope they do too. Ron Starn, I just want to say Junkman as much as possible. What? Sean Wright, Trep wouldn't like transporters. Imagine people being able to vote on time or leave his country to go to another country until he's not there. I don't know. That Junkman, Ron, okay, you said it a lot. This is the captain's time. I'm just watching. Yeah, go bug Junkman on his own time. Go join his channel. Go comment on all his shit. Alexander Corbin, someone needs to invent a replicator. No need for money, and world would be better off. Absolutely. Zach, Star Trek still had money in the form of Latinum. Davo. Broken Speaker. Speaking of Space Force, I like that show. Looking forward to the next season. Good silliness, like good smart. I haven't seen it yet. Ron Sarna, at that Junkman. Sorry, love your shows. You try. That Junkman. As a man in the South, how does one get ready for winter? No problem, Ron. Well, you put away all of the. I put away my pond. Like we got a little fountain, a water fountain for on the deck. My fancy fountain. Got to put that away because that would freeze. So got to take the pump out, drain the water out, move all that to the shed. You also got to put away all the solar lights because they get covered in snow and they would break and freeze and fuck the batteries up. So you got to put those in the shed. You got to cover up the barbecue. You got to cover up the air conditioner with the cover so the snow doesn't get in there. Like I said, I had to store my Camaro, put it in storage so it doesn't get covered in snow. My battery died on the fill light. What else do we have to do to get ready for winter? We got to collect nuts and food and store them in the basement so that we can eat. I just dropped the battery. So that we can eat, how squirrels get ready. I really need a new lighting system. Junkman, I like your lighting system. Mine's garbage. What else do we have to do? Gotta do lots of things. Super Bats, Captain Foley, what type of ship would you command if you were in the Star Trek universe? Galaxy class. It's very super comfortable, big, got holodecks so I can visit any era I want to. I can captain a TOS ship on the holodeck if I want to. Explain the physics of a wormhole adding 30 pounds to Tilly, says Aaron. Poor Tilly. I love Tilly. Getting ready for winter. What does that mean? Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Kilo Wolf, honestly, I've been enjoying your channel. I grew up with TNG, but never a Trek fan until recently. Got heavy into Star Trek Online, and Voyager is the show that started my love for Trek. Very cool. That Junkman, can someone kick that fool? Kick what fool? Oh, that guy. No, it's cool. It's cool. We're no strangers to love. Anyway. Now you got me that song stuck in my head. I've been rickrolled, you bastard. Ron Sarna, ask Junkman to call in. No, it's not a call-in show, and this is not StreamYards. I can't just add him by sending him the link. I'd have to restart the live stream through StreamYards, which we will do. Junkman will do that soon. One night on the weekend, maybe we'll have a hangout here. So. Aaron, the wormhole packed 30 pounds on Tilly to get her ready for winter. SC Scout Guy Stewart, has the Foley clan been in Canada for hundreds of years, or did they immigrate more recently? As far as I know, we've been here for at least 4 generations. Not too long. Robin the God, how come you barely try videos? How come you barely try videos Red Dwarf related? We've done a few Red Dwarfs on Fleet Yards. We've done the Starbug and stuff like that. There's just a lot of ships, and we don't have the time to do them all. Plus, the Fleet Yards shows actually don't get as much views as you'd think. So the time it makes to make them doesn't equal out to making them, because it's not worth it almost, So that's why they kind of, whenever we have spare time, we'll make a few. But yeah, we need to focus more on Fleet Yards. If we could get our Patreon up to like $1,500 a month, which is kind of like our goal for that. If we could do that, then we'd have more of an opportunity to make videos that we know won't make money on the YouTube algorithm, because we can actually afford to do that. So go subscribe to Patreon or join the channel to help that out if you want to see more content like that. Jangles Prime puts in $2. Hey Cap, today I'm 37. Favorite second officer. Well, happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday to you. Favorite second officer. It's probably got to be Spock. Ron Sarna says, I think Samuel likes Red Dwarf. I like Red Dwarf. George Magron, wasn't Mary Tilly pregnant when the season was filmed? Thought that's why Tilly had to hide in the bar fight. Possibly. I heard whisperings of that too, but I wasn't sure because I haven't heard if she's had a kid yet. So, but going back to Django's Prime, favorite second officer. I do like Chakotay. I hate Kira. T'Pol. Actually, probably my favorite second officer would be Saru, which was now a captain, but he was a second officer for a while. I'd probably go with that. Besides Spock, obviously. Lawrence Hagwood. Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 1. The guys shouldn't have been able to see who was with Michael Burnham by looking at the security recordings. I don't know which guys you're speaking of specifically, but okay. My iPad's down to 2%, guys, which is good because I said about an hour. We're just over an hour, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon. Alyssa Jericho, do you collect Star Trek stamps? The UK releasing a few next month. Yeah, kind of. For the 50th anniversary, Canada did a bunch of stamps, a bunch of Star Trek stamps, which I've got pretty much all of them. I've got some uncut sheets and stuff like that as well. I saw Dystopian Guy sent me the UK stuff, and it looks really good, so I might consider getting some. I also picked up the 50th anniversary US Star Trek stamps, which were kind of shit in comparison to the Canadian ones, honestly. But actually, it's funny because this is one that Sylvia got me, and this is one of the tubes. This is uncut press sheet featuring 6 souvenir sheets. Limited edition of 5,000 copies. So this is some of the Canadian stamp artwork. That's like a uncut sheet of stamps, which I almost don't want to pull out of here, but I want to show you guys. So making me fuck up my shit. Alright, there we go. Here's one of the uncut. This is just some of the stamps. There's a bunch more. This is one of the uncut stamp sheets. There are other ones with ships and stuff, of course, but we got Star Trek at the bottom there. And it's all like silvery and really nice. So that's one that's going to get framed at some point. And yes, they are actually a stamp or a cut stamp, perforated. They could be used. You could pop them out of here and use them to mail stuff, but that'd be dumb. So they do have the sticky backing and stuff. So and this was limited to 5,000. There's a bunch of other ones that I've actually done videos. If you want to see them, just type in the search bar, just type in Trekyards, Canadian Mint stamps, and I featured all of them on this channel. We even have some Star Trek coins and stuff for the 50th anniversary that came up from the Canadian Mint. So lots of great stuff for that. So I think I might get the ones from the UK. They look pretty cool. I don't know why you decided to do them this year and not the 50th anniversary, but that's okay. So yeah, that's just something that's been up in the ready room for a while, which the tube is fine, I guess. I do want to eventually frame it and put it on the wall, but I don't have a lot of wall real estate right now. I have another son who's going to be moving out probably sometime in the next couple of years. He's 16. My other kids are all out of the house and doing very well, actually. So, but yeah, once he's out, then we move our bedroom back upstairs to where his room is right now. And then all the stuff from the ready room is actually being moved downstairs to the basement, and the basement is being redone. And it's going to be a much larger area. I'm going to have a new filming area for Trekyards. I'm going to have a bunch of display stuff. Like there's a bunch of my collectibles that aren't on display right now because they're all in bins right now under the stairs because I don't have room for them. And I've done tours of the Ready Room and stuff before on the channel as well, if you want to look those up. But I mean, got like collectibles over there. We got some Junkman. There's some Star Wars stuff. So I mean, there's some. Look at our hallway. There's some stuff up here. There's my filming light, and behind that is dun 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 my 350 scale Enterprise and stuff. And it's actually running out of room up here. I got to move some of this stuff actually. So as you can see, I got stuff piled up. Some Eagle Moss stuff I was doing for reviews, and there's a Playmates Enterprise, and just some crap. So. As I was saying, I don't have a lot of wall real estate, and hopefully once the kid moves out, I'll have more. But I got there's the Hallmark Christmas Tree Topper Enterprise, and my laptop, and Transformers, and my South Bend Enterprise, and stuff up there. Sylvia's Star or Lego figures, and all this stuff up here. That's all Sylvia's collection. There's a bunch of stuff in here that Sylvia's, like this whole shelf is all Alien stuff. She's a big Alien fan. That's all hers. The Ghostbuster stuff is hers. A lot of this stuff is mine though. I'm a big fan of Predator and various other stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff here. I've done, like I said, that's the Valentine's Day card she got me. It's a big pug. You know, I love pugs. So yeah, I've done tours of the Ready Room. So if you're interested in seeing more of the collection, just type in Trekyards collection. I've done a lot of collection videos where I show off the collection or give you a tour of the Ready Room or whatever. So anyway, I don't know why I started talking. Oh, because wall real estate. Getting this framed eventually. So eventually this will find a home somewhere. But yeah, like with the other kids out, this room used to be my son Thomas's room, which is now the Ready Room. And the room next to this is now the library, our big library, and that used to be my daughter's room, Cassie's room. So, and then there's just the other room up here, which is Christian's right now. But he, like I said, he's turning 16 in November. In 2 or 3, 4 years, he'll be out of the house, and then we can rearrange stuff. So. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits for tonight, guys. This has been super fun. I could probably talk for another hour and a half, but honestly, my throat's getting a little dry. Speaking of, I got a drink. Right down, I brought a drink up. That's the DQ, guys. Dairy Queen. We got Dairy Queen from Skip the Dishes tonight. I got the flamethrower burger because I like hot and spicy. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go down and probably watch Borat. And I'd like to thank you guys for all watching. Junkman, great seeing you. Glad you could join the live. And like I said, we got to get you on sometime to chat with the folks here and promote your channel because you really do some good work. And I really am entertained by you quite a bit. So I want to share that love and get you some subscribers and help you out. So anything I can do to help. So, and Curtis is here. Hey, Curtis. How's it going? But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. This episode of Trekyards Live is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Yeah, anytime, Junkman. I'm down to come on your channel anytime and do the Beat the Captain segment where you have to ask me questions. Now I know what to expect, so I can give you a little bit better video. So, you know, I'm looking forward to being on the show again soon. We'll make more of a funny back and forth between you and me, hopefully. It'll be fun. So, anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great night. Until next time, I'm Captain Foley, signing off. And live long and prosper, guys. See you soon.